You're right. It's white. It's that new Oxidol white.
Yes, new Oxidol is white, and it washes clothes whiter than ever before. The cleanest wash you can get from any soap in the world. Oxidol's own Ma Perkins.
You're right. It's white. It's that new Oxidol white.
Now, starting today, your clothes wash whiter than ever before with sensational new white Oxidol, the whiter soap, for a whiter wash. Yes, the whitest wash in Oxidol history. You'll be amazed with new white Oxidol. You'll see all your husband's shirts, all your sheets and napkins washed so white you're bound to say,
You're right. It's white. It's that new Oxidol white.
yes, you're right. When you use this new white Oxidol, it gives you the cleanest wash it's possible to get from any soap in the world. Now, whatever the weather, even when you dry your clothes inside, you'll get the whitest Oxidol wash you've ever had. And that amazing new whiteness stays in your wash as long as you use new white Oxidol. Stays for the life of your clothes. And as for washable colors, shirts, and cotton prints, and blouses, well, just see how they sparkle. New white Oxidol is truly safe. Washable colors come out brighter. So try new white Oxidol. When you see the brilliant white wash, the beautifully bright wash it gives you, you'll make it your wash day soap from now on. Your dealer has it now, so ask for it. The next wash day, be right. Get clothes white with new white Oxidol, the greatest Oxidol Procter & Gamble ever offered. The whiter soap for a whiter wash. And now for Ma Perkins. Well, tomorrow morning, the big excitement starts all over again in Rushville Center. The coroner's inquest into the death of the mysterious stranger the other night. The man who turned out to be Ann Morrison's insane husband. Ma went down to the hotel this morning and talked to Miss Morrison and Mr. Sinclair. She heard Miss Morrison's pretty amazing story of her marriage. And from Mr. Sinclair, Ma learned again that it was he, no one else, who was present at the time of the violent death. Well, now at Ma's house, out in the kitchen, Fay and Joseph are doing the dishes. Listen.
Well, any more, Joe? I don't see any more, do you?
No, I think you got them all, Fay.
The happiest words in a woman's day. The dishes are done. Oh, here, I'll finish up.
No, I'll do them, Fay. Glad to. Haven't anything else to do. Ma's pretty quiet tonight, isn't she?
Oh, she's probably just tired.
She's worried, isn't she, Fay?
Yeah, I guess so.
Ma's very fond of Mr. Sinclair, isn't she, Fay?
You know she is, Joe. They become very good friends.
She went to see him this morning, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess that about finishes the dishes for the night.
Oh, swell. I'll put them away, Joe.
Fay, Ma's kind of disappointed in me, isn't she?
No, I don't think she's disappointed. I think she's concerned about you, just as she is about, Mr. Sinclair. She doesn't like to see people unhappy.
If that includes me, yeah. I must have cut a fine figure of a man these past few days.
Look, Joe, don't misunderstand. We all change. Things happen and we respond. But
you don't have to overdo it. Is that what you mean?
No, you can't help that either. You can't control the degree that you respond. Everyone is different. He's himself. You've got to act the way you feel, that's all. But, golly, Joe, you can't just feel that the whole world's against you. It just seems to me that you haven't been practical. And look, Joe, I know how hard it is when your heart's all involved and just to sit down and take stock.
Yeah.
You know, I think you're caught on the horns of the same dilemma that I was a year ago with a gentleman named Dr. Andrew White. All the time I was seeing Andrew and worshiping him, I knew it couldn't be. He was married. He had a completely different set of values from me.
What are you trying to tell me, Fay? That I knew all along nothing was going to work out right between me and Ann Morrison?
Joe, she's a wonderful woman. I admire her so much.
Yeah, but she's not for me.
I didn't say that, Joe.
Oh, that's what you meant. Fay, I never knew anybody like Ann. I was like a kid with a new toy. I used to say to myself, oh, what does she want with me? Well, let's have fun while it lasts. She'll go her way, and that'll be the end of it. But it wasn't the end of it.
I know. It seldom is.
Oh, I heard people say she's older than he is. I thought they were silly, so what? What were a few years one way or another? It was just fun. It got to be more than fun. That's the trouble. And it wasn't all my fault. She was as responsible as I was.
Oh, Joe.
Well, at least I wasn't married.
Now, wait a minute, Joe. Don't be unfair.
Well, why couldn't she have told me about her husband? That's the least she could have done.
Joe, I'm not going to try to defend Miss Morrison.
It's not a case of defending anybody. What's right is right.
Yes, Joe. But it seems to me that if I had a husband in an insane asylum, I'd think twice, too, before advertising the fact.
Advertising it? What do you call telling me advertising it?
You know what I mean. Joe, why can't you be grateful for a small favor? You had a wonderful time with her. You used to come home walking on air. Isn't that enough for you as long as you know that, well, that's all there could have been?
Look, Fay. Look, I was happy living here. I didn't want anything. I wasn't looking for any great romance. Everything was fine. It was swell till she came along.
Maybe it wasn't.
What do you mean?
Maybe you were just kidding yourself, Joe. I mean, maybe what you had here wasn't enough.
I don't get you.
It's just possible, you know. Look, Joe, you and I are very much alike. We could very easily be brother and sister. We don't say very much or wear our hearts on our sleeve for everyone to see, but way down deep, we're lonely people, looking for something and someone. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I guess so.
You and I can't love just for the sake of loving. And unfortunately, we have a knack for picking the wrong people. Oh, please don't be bitter, please. Try to be thankful for what pleasure you did find with Miss Morrison.
Well, we'll see.
Are you going to the inquest in the morning?
I suppose everybody in town will be there.
Probably.
Yeah, big show. I don't know. I haven't thought about it. You going?
Oh, I suppose Ma will want to go, for the sake of Mr. Sinclair and Miss Morrison. Thanks to Banker Pendleton's stirring up people, the crowd will probably be pretty antagonistic. If Ma goes, I'll go with her. Well, coming into the parlor to join Ma?
Oh, not just yet, Fay. I think I'll go out in the backyard and get a breath of air.
Oh, fine. Want to empty the garbage for me?
Oh, sure.
Come back and I'll beat you at the casino.
That's what you think. I'll be right in.
Oh, poor Joe. Well...
Fay?
Oh, yes, Ma. What are you doing sitting here in the dark? What's the matter?
Oh, nothing, child, nothing. I started to come out to the kitchen and see whether I could help with the dishes. I heard you and Joseph talking. Heard just enough to tell me I shouldn't interrupt.
Oh.
So I just thought I'd sit here by the window. Is Joseph coming too?
He'll be right in.
But it's a nice night. Stars so bright and clear.
Oh, Ma, you're wonderful.
Well, thank you, child. And why?
Oh, talking about the night. And all the time you've been wondering and worrying about Joseph and Mr. Sinclair.
No, Fay, dear. No, I'm not worried no more. That ain't the word. It's more than worry. Worry ain't a lasting thing. That's something you do for the minute and then it goes away. You get rid of it. What's happening to Joseph right now in his own mind, unless he's straightened around, that's going to leave a lasting scar on him. His whole being, his conscience and mind and soul. And what happens tomorrow at the inquest, that's going to affect Miss Morrison's and Mr. Sinclair's life for a long time to come.
Ma, you don't mean... You can't believe that there's anything to this threat of convicting Mr. Sinclair of murder.
I don't know, child. I ain't sure of anything anymore. This whole business has brought out things in people. People I thought I knew. Things that I never knew existed in them. Banker Pendleton, because his pride was wounded, Mr. Sinclair didn't talk nice to him. Now here, Banker Pendleton is talking murder. Here's Joseph, still nursing his wounds, holding his bitterness in his mouth, and continuing to taste it. Joseph. Joseph, who once lived by the golden rule, the Bible. Here he is now, all lost, confused.
Ma, you think Mr. Sinclair is shielding Joe, don't you?
Oh, what I think, Fay, ain't important. The truth is all that matters.
But the truth hurts sometimes, Ma. Maybe Mr. Sinclair feels that this might be one of those times.
Yes, that's right. The truth can hurt. But the untruth does more than hurt. It kills. It kills the mind and the heart and the good in people. Joseph is a good boy, Fay. Whoever it hurts, he's got to tell the truth.
You're right. It's white. It's that new Oxidol white.
You've always been proud of your Oxidol wash, but now your clothes will wash whiter than ever before because now there's a new Oxidol, new white Oxidol, the greatest Oxidol Procter & Gamble ever offered. It's the whiter soap for a whiter wash. Pour some into your hand. See how white this new Oxidol is. But more important, see how white it gets your wash. Dazzling white. New Oxidol white. The whitest Oxidol wash in history. So white, you're bound to say...
You're right. It's white. It's that new Oxidol white.
You're right. It's white. Even when you dry your clothes inside, you get the whitest Oxidol wash ever. The cleanest wash it's possible to get from any soap in the world. And when you see how sparkling bright it washes your cotton prints and blouses, you'll know new white Oxidol is truly safe. Try it next wash day. Your dealer has it now. Be right. Get clothes white with new white Oxidol, the whiter soap for a whiter wash. Well, tomorrow's the big day, the day for the coroner's inquest. What will his finding be? That Ann Morrison's husband's death was an accident, or will Banker Pendleton have something up his sleeve to prove it was more than an accident? And how will Joseph react if Banker Pendleton does succeed in implicating Mr. Sinclair? Well, this is Charlie Warren speaking for Ma Perkins with Virginia Payne, inviting you to listen again tomorrow to Oxidol's own Ma Perkins. Same time, same station.
You're right. It's white. It's that new Oxidol white.
Yes, new Oxidol is white, and it washes clothes whiter than ever before. The cleanest wash you can get from any soap in the world.